In this video, I will be talking about Google's programmable search engines. Programmable search engines are a great tool that I recently started using with my class. I think all teachers should kind of look into it. It allows me, when my students do a search, it allows me to limit the number of sites that they view. One of the issues I always have with students is I can't find it. You can see there's 20 million websites. Students can be inundated with websites and they have a difficult time picking something. They have a difficult time saying if it's a credible source or not. So to remedy all those problems, I use a programmable search engine. The easiest way for me to do it, to find it, I open up a new Google tab. I search programmable search engine. There's my programmable search engine by Google. I click on get started. If you're logged on to Google, you're signed into your Google, it's pretty easy. On mine, this is my page. This is the one I've been using. You can see I have one already created I use for history class. But to create a new one is pretty easy. I just go to add. If you know the sites that you want, right here, sites to search, you just type in the site, whatever your site is. So you just type in, and when you can put in as many sites as you want. So right here, I just made up 2. I'm not gonna go through everything. So when I do this, I kind of preview the sites that I want first, and I plug them in right here. That gives me my sites. I give it a title. Whatever. My favorite subject is always math. So my favorite subject is I love math. You can pick your language, stick with English, and you hit create. I'm not going to create because I already have, this is just a make-believe one, but I already have one. So I'm going to go back. Now, once you have yours created, I'm going to open up this one that I have actually used for my class. Has several options right here. You give it the title, right? You can change keywords right here, but the part I like right here, there's 2 ways to give this to your students. You can give them the URL and an assignment, and they click on it, and it takes them to the, if I click on the URL, take me right there to my search engine. I can do that. You can get the embedding code. You can embed it in your blog, your Google site, whatever format you're using. So there's several ways to get it to them. One key thing you need to do, make sure Safe Search is on, just like that for my students, that option since we're at school. Image search, want to have that on so they can also look up images if you want them to. There's my language, and on this one you can see all the websites. So when my students use this search engine, they can only get results from these websites. It narrows down the amount of information that is allowed to them, and the sites are all credible. And there's other options right here as well. I haven't played around with those as much. But a programmable search engine, like I said, it's a great tool for students to look up information. You've pre-screened the information, so it's safer right there. You put in the sites that you want. So that means there are credible sources because you picked them. So the students don't have to worry about that. And they're not inundated with a bunch of information. When you do the research for that, the number decreases by a lot. So programmable search engine is a great tool. I think most teachers should be using it. And it will facilitate a lot of the work when you have your students do searches.